Welcome back to another episode of the T4 Respray. It's another episode. I haven't edited anything but the first episode yet, so yeah. It'll be another episode by this comes out. Maybe. Anyway. So, we've made more progress. I can't remember where we got to in the last video now. I think it was painting some of the panels. So, what we've got left to do would be... We've got the bumpers to paint, which now, unfortunately, the only front bumper you can get hold of is textured. So we have to paint a textured bumper. Now, ideally, we would rub it down and get it smoothed out, but that's like probably a good 8 hours worth of work and a real horrible job, which we just haven't got. There's just no way we can do it. And you can't get hold of a smooth bumper to repaint. So for now, we have to paint that textured bumper. So I'm not sure what it's going to come out like. At least it's going to be colour-coded, but it's just not going to look amazing up close for that. But that is what it is, really. However, he did manage to get a rear bumper smooth, so we can paint that one. Not a problem at all. But this will be... I think it'll probably include this episode, to be fair. So there's that one. It can be painted, which is ideal. Smooth one. And now we are at this stage, finally. The transporter is in the booth. So we've done whatever bodywork sort of needed doing to it, to an extent. We haven't got time to make it perfect, so we're just going to have to settle with what it is. We did notice the beige kind of colour. We did have a few issues. Now, where I think I mentioned originally it being an accident, insurance write-off through an issue with a ramp in a truss or something like that, or something like that. Where they then sort of repaired it and put a 2K rattle can over it to make it look good for the insurance assessor, that's caused us big issues. So the 2K paint hasn't hardened, and no matter what we put on top of it, it wanted to react, which made a few nightmares. So it meant we haven't been able to entirely fix all the bodywork issues over here. Mostly smoothed out, but it could still do with some more fettling, a bit of hitting, some body filler, just to make it perfect. But we can't, because we can't apply any products to it without it reacting. Taking it all off wasn't an option because it's patchy all the way around there and up to sort of back here somewhere it stops. So that wasn't an option. So what we've had to do is you had to bar coat it, or we sort of sanded it back, smoothed it out as much as possible, and bar coated it to seal it in, which is now why it's all this golden sort of colour. So I've had to apply a smidge more bar coat this morning, so I can't now actually spray on top of this for another hour, which is fine because I've got plenty of prep to do first. So attention's being, with the van being the size it is, the booth actually being bigger than I thought, which is nice. We've got a nice amount of room around it. But my only concern is, with what tools and equipment I've got and skill, that I'm not going to be able to paint the roof at the same time as the side. Or if I do, I risk just maybe hitting a hose or something into the side of the van, because I've got no real easy access on top of the van. And then I damage the paint, then I'm going to be annoyed. So in order to keep it a bit simpler and a bit less stressful, I'm actually going to paint the roof today up to into the gutters here. I'm going to paint that today, then ideally mask it off tomorrow, then I can do the sides of the van. At least that way there's a lot less chance of going wrong. I'm not having to get down, move stuff like access equipment around, be less dust issues, and there's just no chance of me then damaging the paint on the side whilst I'm then going back to the second coat on the top. So yeah, that's the way we're going to do it. I'm not sure what footage I'm going to get of doing this because, well, there's no real great place to set up a camera, so there might be some footage of it, there might not. I might put a time lapse in or something, we'll see. Maybe some more on the side. As you can tell, I'm still on the phone because after my new adapter arrived from America for the GoPro, it still didn't work, and it turns out my GoPro's knackered, which is not impressed me one bit. So now I've still got a brand new mic adapter, a GoPro with terrible audio, and I kind of don't want to buy another GoPro because if it happens again, I'm back into step one again, and they're stupid expensive, and it's not ideal for what I've been doing recording wise. It's great for action cam, it works great on the Capri and recording that kind of stuff, but in here it's not very good footage wise. So I've got to make a few decisions on that. So we'll use the phone for the minute. Hopefully it's okay, it's got good stability, and hopefully clear enough picture. Anyway, I'm rambling on here. I'm going to get the roof prepped, and then you might see me spraying some paint on it. yeah, we'll crack on. Yeah, welcome back from 2 seconds ago, or in your time anyway. My time it was like an hour ago or whatever. So we got paint on. Now, sorry I didn't get any footage of it because the GoPro was down at home and it's flat, and I couldn't be asking them to get it because it's like stupid temperature outside. So yeah, we've got some paint. So this is now finally on the normal hardener. Now it arrived like after getting lost by FedEx and such. Second time lucky. So we're now on the normal hardener. We've got some dust in the paint, but overall, oh, to get it back to normal. Overall, not too shabby again. So that's gone down like it should go down. I do really like my gun when it's all good. It's worst finishes you can have off there. That's better than OEM finish anyway. So obviously it's the roof's damaged because we didn't go around, like, you know, you can see dents and stuff in the roof. We didn't go around and fill them and straighten the roof out because it's just absolutely pointless. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I think next it will be tomorrow when we're coming to go do the sides, which now should be a lot easier. The roof's done. I'm going to have to mask the roof up, which is from the gutter channels there. I'm not really looking forward to that, but I think it's the only way we're really going to get to do it. So, single shiny paint. So, pretty happy with that. Oh, looks like we might have got a bit of a, could have been a bit wetter in the middle there, but no worries. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, welcome back to, fair, I can't actually remember where we left off last video. Well, a few seconds ago, I guess. I'm pretty sure I might have left off having painted the van, maybe? Think so. So, that's done. We've had quite a few, well, I haven't recorded anything since then. We've had plenty of evenings on it, doing work, so now things have slightly changed. There we go. We've got a van. Now, this is about 95% complete. There's a few small little bits of rubbers to put back on and that kind of stuff, but we are there. We've done a couple stages of polishing, at least to an extent, and this is the van in all its glory, looking pretty damn good, to be fair. Not too shabby at all. Obviously we've done the whole lot, so we've done all the insides of the doors and the shuts. Yeah, done it all proper. So it's that. Front, she's looking pretty tidy. Got T5 seats fitted in by some of the owner's mates. So they've made up some new base plates, modified them, got them fitted. Back's been tidied out, cleaned up. There's a few of the little seals to still fit around and stuff to finish off. But it's mostly all reassembled. I can't remember if you might be able to see in the video or what I recorded, but this rear quarter is what I got the had the issues on. So I had quite a few runs there when I went a bit too heavy to start with. So in the end I decided to repaint that because it just made so much more sense, so much easier. I wasn't going to be able to save it, not practically anyway. So that's that. Rear's all looking pretty good. And then this side was the probably nicer side actually. All the panels on this side fitted worse, but all the paint on this side come up better. So we're pretty much done. It's all looking, I would say, not too shabby there. Overall, it could be a lot worse. Especially for a DIY respray in a shed. That being my second only respray. It's a shame the bumper's a textured one and we didn't have time to, we didn't have like a day worth of sanding to sand off the texture. So we had just to paint a textured bumper. Bit of a shame. But on this van there's been a lot of time limits. We've had to make sacrifices on various bits of quality because it's just not practical to, it's not a show van, it never will be. It's it's going to be used like the school run and that kind of stuff. It's usual daily job. It's not meant to be a minter, so we kept trying to go a bit too anal on it, and we had to keep reeling ourselves back on that. Else we'd be there for a lot longer time making it mint, and it isn't necessary. And eventually anything happens to it, it gets like a ding or a scratch like that, it'd be just too gutting. So that's where we got to with it. I would say now, because I never really got to see it before, only when it sort of come to and how you guys are seeing it, where it's sort of stripped, it now looks really, really tidy and nice. Having new wheels on it, so we painted them up, nothing too special, they just had literally just it going over with some paint and some lacquer. I think it's Ford Stratus Silver, just to tidy them up a bit. But yeah, new wheels on it, tyres, tidied it right up. So I think we're all pretty chuffed with it. There's been, well, how many of us? 4 of us working on it at some points, getting things reassembled and sorted out, polished up. So yeah. If you happen to have been, well, I haven't really given you much content on it, it's just been a quick overview of a bit of spraying, what we've been doing. It's not actually been a informational video as such, or any of these videos, but I have got plenty more videos to come. I've got the Capri to do eventually, which is a fair way off. The Range Rover, desperately needs a respray really, but that's coming after all the mechanical work in the underside restoration. I've got a Mondeo over there, that needs a respray. That could be potentially the next one. Got the Scirocco over there, 25 turbo, I think that's going to get sprayed. And there's also talks of some other classics maybe appearing for a collaboration respray with another YouTuber. So that might be in the pipeline as well. So yeah, what can I say? If you happen to enjoy the content and you want to see any other projects going on, then why not subscribe to the channel, take a look at the other videos, drop the video a like, comment, tell me what you think. Tell me, obviously I know there's plenty of areas we could have done better in it, and we've done what we can do with our skill set and the time and the budget. But yeah, I think it's turned out pretty damn well, and we're all very, very chuffed with it. So this will probably be the last video on this one. There's no need to do any more. So with any luck, I'll see you again next time. Cheers.